counterclockwise lap, which is my favorite direction. I'm on my 29er with a 29 by 2.4 WTB Trail Boss in the back, and the good old faithful Tioga Psychogenus 2. It's a 29 by 2.25 in the front. This bike only weighs about 23 pounds without a water bottle, and so it's my lightest mountain bike. It's the race bike I won the series on in 2012. Used to feel magical. It's still got probably the best uphill straight line traction of any of my mountain bikes, just because that 29er wheel stretches out the contact patch, so you've got more contact in a straight line. But it is not as comfortable or easy to ride around the corners, twisties, as my other two. So we're going to try them next. This also has the shortest handlebars. Not the shortest stem, but the shortest handlebars. This came with a climbing setup like they used to do in the late 2010s, 2012, which was a long Cannondale system integrated SI stem and almost flat handlebars. Got a little bit of rake to them, but hardly any upturn. And that put me way out in front, which is great for climbing, and obviously I won races on it, but it's just not as comfortable. So last year, James the Cool Bike helped me set up with a replacement stem. They make a SI steer tube that you can use a conventional stem on, which is what I did. So this now has a medium stem, a fairly short trail type stem, kind of like my other two bikes. And the handlebars are cut down to fairly narrow, especially just like that tree, that set of trees we just passed. It helps in the races to be able to fit them between the trees quick, but you don't get as much leverage from having the wider bars. So this one has the handlebars cut down. I don't remember how wide these bars are, but they're the narrowest. And then my current race bike, my green Cannondale Bad Habit Carbon 1, it's got the middle ones. It came with carbon bars, and I cut them down just a little wider, probably an inch overall wider than these bars for racing. When I cut them down, the carbon on, especially on one end, kind of delaminated, so I really wished I hadn't cut them down, but I did. It's an all or nothing thing once you cut into a handlebar, of course. Even a little bit, can't change your mind midway. The thing is, the bars on that bike, the way I've got them cut down now, they really are just right for racing. But now that I've used the wider bars on my fat bike that I race or run in the snow, and then my Salsa wood smoke that I left wide, came with wide bars and left them wide, and you get a lot more leverage with them, especially on something uphill like that, which made perfect sense. And I do whack them from time to time on trees. I've even caught my finger, which hurts bad, but that Salsa I bought to run single speed, which I haven't really done much with it. I set it up single speed and Took it all back down for a mud race. I wasn't strong enough to run at single speed, so I ran it geared early in the season. So my plan is to run each of my 3 bikes, if I have time today, through this course, do a warm-up lap counterclockwise like I just did, and then do a counterclockwise lap like I'm doing. Not quite race speed, but as fast as I feel comfortable with. And it's been a while since I've been on this bike, plus I've got a wider rear tire on it, which feels and grips great in a straight line. But around the corners, it's a little too wide for that rim. I can feel the sidewall flexing on it, which of course is not a totally comfortable feeling. So we're coming up on the cliff section, and we're gonna go in this direction. You go up it. I always have to put a foot down here, as you can see. That would be a fairly bad error if you missed on that and went off the edge of it. I forgot to drop into my lower gear. This is getting pretty loose, but like I say, this tire and wheel setup has tons of uphill traction. I think it's even got more grip going up something like that than my 27.5 plus tires do on my Salsa. Those are 27.5 by 2.8. Got a Rocket Ron in the back of those, which is my current favorite tire, all-around tire, including race. Trail debris here. I'm not going to stop and move any of it because I want a good basis for comparison between the bikes. I want to keep my lap time as low as I can get it on this bike. The other thing this bike does really well is roll in a straight line. So, like these uphill sections like this, other than that turn, which the berm helps with, so I should be the fastest on this bike. If you ever measure outside to outside of outside diameter of inflated mountain bike tires, a 29 by 2 1/4, 29 by 2.2 or 2.3, it's about 29 inches. And where the 27.5 by 2.8 or 2.3 plus tires, they're about 28.5 inches. So you got about a half an inch, or about 12 millimeters, sometimes almost 17 millimeters of difference, which was one of the reasons I first tried out plus tires on standard rims on 29ers. I had another trail 29er, a Diamondback, that I was running, and tried out the plus tires on those, and they worked great. I really liked the 27.5 plus setups. and they work on a 29er wheel and frame, or frame. You got to change the wheels, of course. But especially on this frame, where the bottom bracket's fairly low for racing anyway. Just had too many pedal strikes with it. I think that's section right there is where I'm picking up my poison ivy. It's just hard to keep your arm and leg out of it back there, and there's a lot of weeds growing into the trail. I'm pretty sure some of it is poison ivy. Kind of hard to look at as you're going past it, semi-race speed, but pretty sure that's what's going on. I've got poison ivy out here twice. Seems like if I'm just running it in the morning and go home and wash off, I don't get it. But I got it bad from doing hot laps out here one night. It was hot, so they were double hot laps. Wow, that is slick. A lot of water coming up through there. But you really got to watch on these bridges once your tires are loaded up with mud. Some debris back there I need to clean off the trail. This little swoop is almost filled in. We need to clean that out, or it'll just build up, cause it to wash down that creek. Although I don't know, we had it for years where we had it cleared so it'd run under that bridge. Spring rains several times have taken those planks out. This is the Rocky Rudy section. Plus, there's a low tree up here, which is kind of hard to do without a dropper seat post. I gotta lay my chest on the saddle practically. Something's rubbing back there, but it doesn't sound serious yet, I don't think. Yeah, it's stopped. Probably just a stick. No, there it is again. I caught something in my brake caliper. That slows you down. Turn on some speed up through here. It's not a real good lap between the mud there at the creek. Slowing down for some of the overhead stuff. Not wanting to take the camera out on it. Need to check my rear derailleur up here too. It's a little, feeling a little wrong. Well, my legs are gonna be good and toasty. Ow, that hurt. Stupid thing kicked up and caught my right shin. Dug into it a little bit. Pretty sure it flew off the trail, but now my shin's throbbing. And there goes some ghost shifting. So I got something going on in my rear derailleur. Ow! That's a stop. I don't even know what's going on. I don't see anything with this rear derailleur. See if the wheel's on tight. Yep. Wheel's on good and tight. I don't know. Chain must have just gotten something in it. Caused it to suck. Well, that cost me some lap time, but I really didn't want to tear off my rear derailleur. Okay, so with that stop, it was about a 17-minute lap. Got a little stick and some junk down in my rear brake. So that's Cannondale flash. Let's see, I don't even remember how they said it. Cannondale carbon flash 29 or 3, I think.